How does someone who works for disaster relief end up on this boat then?
Because I met Colin. Hi, my name is María. I'm from Colombia. I'm 30 years old. You may wonder why I'm here. So I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about me and what we have done in the last months and the first time that we moved the boat and some of the adventures we had in the BVI before I start officially sailing. I was the program director for a non-profit doing disaster relief. So what we did was mobilize volunteers to go and work in schools doing debris clearance, debris removal, demolition. We were also reconstructing roofs and doing minor repairs like setting up fences and everything to try to make the school safe and have the kids back to the school as soon as possible. So I was the director of that program and I had around like 20 something volunteers helping us, and I was managing the whole team. I met Colin there in Tortola while I was working. He was fixing his boat. After a couple of weeks I moved to a school, so I used to stay in the school and every other night come and stay here on the boat with Colin, and also on weekends. So it was kind of a transition in between my job and living on the boat. I started dating Colin at the same time that Benji arrived. Who is Benji? Benji is a friend of Colin. He left his job, family and friends to come to Tortola to work with Colin fixing the boat and help us make this project possible. Stop!
Stop! You will get used to it. Like me.
Do you want me to go there?
Yeah, I need a good life.
So in that moment it was just Colin and Benji and I was a visitor. So I saw how they lived. It was a little bit tough because the stove wasn't working. They had just one fridge. We didn't have water because they couldn't move the boat to refill with water. So it was showering in the marina, eating every single day outside. No healthy and definitely no cheap. Colin was eating tacos every single night. So it was not Taco Tuesday, it was like daily taco. This life is not cheap. There's like so many things that you have to maintain on the boat, and if you're like fixing it from a hurricane, there's like so many parts that you have to buy. So Colin bought the boat from Kevin. He's the owner of Husky Salvage Company. They were rescuing boats back in the BVI. So because he bought the boat from him, they got to know each other and he offered him a job kind of part-time. So he was working 1 or 2 days a week salvaging boats. They used to call him early in the morning when a boat get washed up or hit some rocks. A lot of the time were hurricane damaged boats that weren't fixed properly and ended up breaking down and in the rocks. That helped Colin to have an income and be able to pay for some parts and for food. Besides all the work that we were doing, Colin fixing the boat and working for Husky and me overseeing the whole program, we had also fun. We went island hopping. So Colin had a friend, his name is Thomas, and he had a fast speed boat. We did a little bit of surfing, or Colin did. I drank the whole water of the ocean. We went to Norman Island. If you're in BVI, there is a free ferry to go over there, and you have amazing food and a really, really beautiful hike. Because I'm obsessed with sunsets, we watched a lot of sunsets, dreaming of the day that we were going to start sailing.
Oh. And when did you start sailing?
7th of May. But before this was possible, a few more things had to be done, and 2 more crew arrived. Ben Suber, who you already know from the last episode, and Julia, Benji's girlfriend. Luckily for us, they arrived in the right time, when there still was a lot of fiberglass to be done. And instruments like wind instrument, autopilot and depth sounder to be installed, so that we could leave in time before Benji's and Colin's visa run out.
You missed the spot.
I know, I'm going to get it. What the fuck? Can you hook us up with another pad, bro?
When the day finally came for us to leave the marina to start sailing, we first had to get the boat out of the other hurricane damage project. How are you feeling today?
Feeling good. Departure day. Finally. In 4 months.
This was the very first time we moved the boat, and its first test was to make it to the dock to refill water and fuel. It's working.
Yeah. It's filling that tank and that one as well.
What tank? That one?
Yeah, so the fill is up there and it's filling up that tank and they're parallel together, so then this just fills up with it.
Are there tanks in the other side also?
Yeah. 2 tanks each side, but it won't last us long. That's why we need a water maker.
After filling up, it was saying goodbye to Tortola for the last time. Mixed emotions going through everyone.
There we go! Finally!
But it was mainly the excitement for the first test sail. Well, test motoring. Peter Island, our first destination, our first anchoring. The first, how to say, dinner? No, lunch. Out of Nanny Cay.
Good, shandies and salads.
Okay, that's everything for today. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have questions about the work I did, the work that Colin did at Husky, please make a comment. We're gonna try to answer all your questions. Also, please subscribe to our channel, and also if you want to see a little bit more about our daily life, follow us on Instagram and Facebook. See you soon, and ciao. I said ciao.